Hi everyone, huge news in the Disney Lorcana space and a pretty difficult video for me to make. Pavel's just made an announcement on the Pixelborn server 20 minutes ago. Earlier this month, Disney representative contacted me. I was advised that Disney has intellectual property rights in the Disney Lorcana cards and that Disney has requested Pixelborn to respect these rights by not copying the cards or in any way suggesting an affiliation with Disney. I've always stated I would respect such a request and I plan to keep my word and will not grasp at technicalities. Pixelborn will stop the support for Lorcana before the 16th of June 2024, which is in about 2 weeks. The Pixel Discord server will remain a safe and welcoming place to discuss everything Lorcana. My heart is shattered to pieces. I've put everything in this project for the past year and a half, every night, weekend, and holiday. I know it meant a lot for many people. It's the only way to experience the game we all love. I genuinely believe Ravensburger is the best company that could have developed and now supports the game. The past weekend proves that Lorcana has a bright future. Thank you for all sharing this journey with me. You might not realize it, but every single one of you matters. With all the charity donations we've made, we really brought meaningful change to the world. If you ever feel down, always remember that. I'll always cherish you. Be happy, forever yours, Pavel. There's a bunch of thank yous for helping run the server. Pixelborn would not have been here without you. I'm forever grateful. Patrons advise that they can cancel their Patreon for this month and get a refund. Meanwhile, he's worked on 2 additional game engines. Engine Newton, which supports the new Star Wars game. But he says, with the current situation, I'm not sure I'll make it public. Engine Sorcery will have the demos deck ready soon and might be released. I'm not exactly sure what that one means, but yeah, obviously Star Wars, the new Star Wars card game is also a Disney IP. And so I can understand that maybe that's what Pavel's alluding to, that he might not want to put it out. So I think first and foremost, there's a lot to digest here. And it's also a little bit of an awkward position for myself to be in as well, in terms of talking about it. Because of course, you might have actually noticed over the past couple of days that I have already been moving away from Pixelborn content completely. You might notice if you go back and look at any videos I've posted and things like this using Pixelborn, I'd already taken those down in the past week or so. Obviously, I was involved with the Disney Lorcana casting in Lille at the weekend, and I very much want to continue having a good relationship with everyone that makes the game. And I decided that in order to kind of prioritize that part of my career as a broadcaster, doing the not esports commentating, but doing the broadcast for the events is something I'm really passionate about. And I just wanted to make sure that, as I said, it's pretty difficult for me to really summarize how I'm feeling. I think the first and foremost, the most important thing is to just say, wow, Pavel, thank you so much for everything you've done. I speak on behalf of myself, my community. Everybody here is just incredibly grateful for all the work, dedication, and passion you put into this project. What an insanely talented individual this man is. And also, I had the pleasure of having a couple nights to hang out with him in Lille this weekend. And not only is he exceptionally talented, he's exceptionally passionate about the game, but he's also just an incredibly kind and fun person to be around. So I want to extend my very best wishes from me and all the community here that have been watching my content, to just say a huge thank you to Pavel for everything that you've done for the Disney Lorcana community. It has been nothing short of extraordinary. I have to say I'm not surprised to hear the news. I think when I look back at Pixelborn back in set 1, when I first heard about it, I thought that was going to last a couple weeks. So the fact that it's still up all this time later, I think is a slight minor miracle. And I definitely think Pavel's making the absolute right decision to shut it down as he's been approached to do so. Now, of course, that begs many questions as what next for Disney Lorcana. Well, first and foremost, you have to hope that it's going to have a boost to the local events. You have to imagine that's possibly what Ravensburger or Disney, whoever it is exactly, it mentions Disney, have contacted them here. You would have to imagine that if they're making this step, they feel like Pixelborn is having some kind of negative impact overall on the success of the game. I think that it would also be remiss to say that Pixelborn has not helped the game in a lot of ways. I mean, even if you just look at it from the content creation sphere, Pixelborn has provided many streamers opportunities to easily make Disney Lorcana content accessible in what is otherwise a very difficult game to make content for. Logistically, you need equipment, which is expensive and it's not easy to set up if you don't have experience. You need friends, something I lack, but you need also like good quality players to play against. You need all the cards. So Pixelborn made something that was very, very difficult to make content for, incredibly accessible, not only for content creators, but of course, lots of people. Now, is this going to be the end of Disney Lorcana? Absolutely not. No, I think Disney Lorcana is, of course, going to continue to go from strength to strength. I think Pixelborn was a really important part of Disney Lorcana's lifespan or arc, if you will. I think that without Pixelborn, the game would not be as popular as it currently is. I mean, I know many people who've picked up the game as a direct result of having an opportunity to play on Pixelborn. But all good things must come to an end. And now it's time to start looking towards the future of Disney Lorcana. And also for me on a personal level, it's important for me to start looking forward to Disney Lorcana content. And I've been wanting already to talk a little bit about my plans and my changes really that I'm looking to make. So I think now seems as good a time as any. You might have noticed already on the last few days that I have been moving away from posting Pixelborn content. This is because I felt like it's a good time to move away, and this announcement kind of supports that as well. I had heard some rumors that this was coming, and I wanted to start preparing perhaps for that as well. So for me moving forwards, I am going to be exploring avenues that I can start recording Disney Lorcana using physical product, which is not going to be easy. Again, camera equipment is very expensive, and that's going to be an issue. But also just the space to do it is not going to be easy, right? Getting all the lighting, getting it all set up, all this kind of stuff is not going to be perfect at once, but I'm going to be really working to make that happen. So the other thing I need is high quality players to play against. I need a bunch of product to be able to play it. So it's obviously going to be a lot more difficult to do, but I am very committed to try and still bring you guys the very best Disney Lorcana content. So in the meantime, I am going to be focusing on deck guides and these kinds of things, like the kind of videos you've been seeing over the last few days, meta reports, this kind of stuff. I am going to be away this weekend at UK Games Expo, where I'm going to be playing a lot of Lorcana in person. And unfortunately, I don't quite have that infrastructure in place where I'm able to kind of go on the road and start recording Disney Lorcana stuff. But that's definitely what I'm looking to move towards. So one idea I've got potentially is trying to get in contact with some game stores in London, see if I can, go to their stores, run some events, maybe do some streams from a game store where I can cast other players playing, maybe play some games on my own. So definitely very excited about the potential of that. But of course, I don't think I would be in a position to take such a risk if it wasn't for Pixelborn in the first place, which is just the only reason really that I was able to make the switch from my other online card game content to Disney Lorcana. And I just, again, want to say the biggest thank you to Pavel. Now, that also begs the question, why now? Why is Pixelborn being taken down at this point? Because it's been around for a very, very long time. It's incredibly popular. It's not really a secret, you would have to imagine. So clearly, they've decided that now is the time to take Pixelborn down. I suppose you could argue with the set championships coming up in July, they feel like it's a good time with the Lorcana challenges, with lots of obviously in-person events. They feel like there's enough to support Disney Lorcana competitive scene as well. And of course, there's going to be question marks on, does this mean that there's going to be an official Disney Lorcana client coming? Well, personally, I've always been of the opinion that a official Disney Lorcana client is inevitable and going to happen at some point. I wouldn't expect it to be particularly soon, but maybe start of next year, who knows, maybe sooner. It wouldn't surprise me if we did receive it. I would be very surprised if we never receive one, because the game is designed in a way to be able to be played on paper and online, in my opinion. And it just seems like a complete miss. I mean, we've seen how popular Pixelborn is. Imagine how popular an official Lorcana client would be. But of course, let's be very real here. They've got a lot of work on their hands to match what Pixelborn was able to do. The quality of this client was tremendous, from the deck building, the statistics, the ranked ladders, everything about it. It was just smooth as butter. It was just brilliant. So Pixelborn is closing down. I'm still going to be making Disney Lorcana content. I'm still going to be attending Disney Lorcana events. And I am going to be doing my very best to be bringing you guys the highest quality content that I possibly can. It is going to be difficult. It is going to be a learning curve for me. And if you guys have got any advice on how I might go about approaching, what kind of cameras to get, all this kind of thing, please join my Discord below. It's also my Patreon if you want to support me over there as well. But yeah, I wanted to bring you guys this news. It's a pretty difficult topic for me to talk about, knowing Pavel personally. And of course, yeah, it's tricky. It's a really, really tricky one to talk about. So just to be clear, you're not going to be seeing any more Pixelborn from myself either. I want to maintain the best relationship that I possibly can with the game developers. And I think that now is a good time for me to move on from Pixelborn as well, indefinitely. And I, again, just want to say thank you again so much for Pavel. Stay tuned for more Disney Lorcana deck guides and hopefully some really awesome physical Lorcana content coming your way very, very soon. I appreciate you guys a whole bunch. And I'm Pavel. I appreciate you. What a guy. What a guy.